Hi children, this is your political science class. In the last class, we have discussed about what's the need of a constitution for a country. What are the needs of the constitution? Today we are discussing about the Indian constitution, the key features of Indian constitution. You know, after a long struggle, we are getting freedom from Britishers. We have faced so many struggles from the Britishers and we finally got the freedom. So, by achieving the freedom, the Indians were aware of a new system of government. They was not ready to accept monarchy because they experienced monarchy in the earlier times and during the British rule. So they were not ready to continue with the monarchical system of government. So they decided to make a new government. It's a democratic government. It's a democratic government. So for the formation of a democratic government, constitution was a must. For India, writing a constitution is a must purpose before the Indians. So, they formed a constituent assembly. So, they formed a constituent assembly in 1946. Before getting freedom, they formed a constituent assembly in 1946. There was 300 members in the constituent assembly. There were 300 members in constituent assembly. They met in periodically and discuss about the constitution, and they have so many huge tasks before them because India was a country of different type of people or people belonging to different communities or speaking different languages or they have different caste, culture. That was the one task before them. India was a large country. The people are belonging to different type of country and different kinds of caste, creed, and they have different rituals. That was a big task before the Constituent Assembly for making a constitution. Another one was the partition of India into Pakistan and India. And another task was the partition of India. That was the Muslim majority demanded for a new country. They want to separate from India. That was another task before the Constituent Assembly. One more task is there because some princely states are still there in India for undeciding whether they join to India or they demanded a democratic country or nothing. So that was another task before them. So the Constituent Assembly was very difficult to make a constitution for India. After they take 3 years to complete to write the constitution. You all know in 1950 January 26 after 3 years, they written up the Indian constitution. So we can now look what are the key features of Indian constitution. What are the key features of Indian constitution? What are the key features of Indian constitution? First one was federalism. Second one was parliamentary form of government. Second one, the parliamentary form of government. Third one, the separation of power. Fourth one, the fundamental rights. You are already in the lower classes. You are already studied about the fundamental rights and duties. Also, you studied the duties also. And fifth one was secularism. These were the 5 main features of Indian constitution. First one was federalism, parliamentary form of government, separation of power, fundamental rights and secularism. So we can discuss about federalism. What is federalism? This refers to the exercise of exercise of more than one level of government in the country. We have two type of government in our country. What are they? The central government and the state government. The central government and the state government. So there are two types of government in our country, that is central government and the state government. India was, India was a large country, so it was difficult to govern the people from the central, or where the central government's office were set up in New Delhi. So from New Delhi it was difficult to control or govern the people all over India. So it was must after the formation of states on the basis of language, it was must to make a state government too. So we have two type of government, central government and a state government. The state government also have law making body, state legislature is there. So they have the power to make laws and to interpret it, and they have the right to collect taxes to meet the expenses of the state or the people. So they have the autonomy to govern the people in the state. So each state in India have state governments, and all the state governments were in the control of the central government. So and also we have Panchayati Raj, or local self government is also there. Panchayati Raj, നമ്മൾ തദ്ദേശ സ്വയംഭരണങ്ങളുണ്ട്. സോ പഞ്ചായത്ത് ബ്ലോക്ക് പഞ്ചായത്തുകൾ, അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ പവറിനെ നമ്മൾ എന്താക്കി distributed power in each of the levels of the society. So there is Panchayati Raj, state government and central government. That was meaning of federalism. We have two type of government, central government and state government. The next one was the parliamentary form of government. What is parliamentary form of government? You have studied in the lower classes that all the men and women who have 18 years and above have the right to elect their representatives for the state government. So that is parliamentary form of government, irrespective of caste, creed. They all have the right to vote. That was parliamentary form of government. When they were making a constitution, the members of Constituent Assembly felt that the freedom struggle had prepared a masses for universal adult suffrage, and that this would help encourage a democratic mindset and break the clutches of traditional caste, class and gender hierarchies. This means that the people of India have a direct role in electing their representative. So in order to remove the old caste system and class gender system in the society, the Constituent Assembly members felt it was must to participation of the people in the electing of the representatives. So they formed a parliamentary form of government. The third one was the separation of power. What is the separation of power? In each level the power was redistributed. So it was three organs of government. What are the three organs of government? Legislature, executive and judiciary. What are the three levels of government? The legislature, executive and judiciary. Legislature means the law making body. അതായത് നമ്മുടെ സഭകൾ, ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ എന്താക്കുന്നു, ജനങ്ങൾക്ക് ആവശ്യമുള്ള നിയമങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നു. സോ ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ദ law making body, legislature. Another one was executive. Executive means law enforcing body. Whatever the law made by the legislature, it was enforced by the executives. And judiciary is the law interpreting body, our courts. That was the law interpreting body. So the power for the governing the democratic country was divided into three groups. That was legislature, executive and judiciary. You all studied the fundamental rights also. Fundamental rights, right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, rights to constitutional remedies. You are studying in the lower class the right to fundamental rights also. And last one was secularism. Secularism means there was no state religion. There was no state religion for us. നമുക്കൊരു സ്റ്റേറ്റ് റിലീജിയൻ ഇല്ല. we all the people living all the we accept all the religions. So there was no state religion for India. That is secularism. All are equal and all the religion was accepted. So these are the 5 important features of Indian Constitution: federalism, parliamentary form of government, separation of power, fundamental rights and secularism. That was today's class. We can see in the next class.